My name is Danielle Allen. I am a life coach and owner of One Foot Christian Coaching, and I'm here with a coaching tip in real life to help you put one foot forward in living the life of your dreams. Well, when it comes to your life, I know that you have dreams for your life, whether they be dreams from your childhood when you were a little girl, or dreams now as you're sitting in your cubicle wondering, where did the dream job go that I always thought I'd have? Whatever your dreams are, you may have them in relationships and better relationships in your marriage or with your kids or extended family or friendships. Maybe it's in your life in general. Maybe it's in your faith and wanting to do big things for God. And maybe it is in that career that you always wanted and never seemed to accomplish. Whatever your dreams are, we sometimes can be our own worst enemy, can't we? I was watching this video yesterday, and the speaker was talking about the fact that we talk ourselves out of doing things for God and doing things to accomplish our dreams. And if that's you, I can so relate, right? The greatest biblical example of this is Moses. So he was in the desert and a bush started to burn, and God came to him and said, go. And Moses had a laundry list of reasons why God should pick someone else. And if you can relate to that, we all know that we do the same thing sometimes. God says go. God invites us to join him in his work, and we are busy talking ourselves out of it. So how do we accomplish this? How do we get over the obstacle of ourselves and talking ourselves out of doing things for God and doing things to accomplish our dreams? One thing I love to do, it's a coaching tool, is, and I do this quite often, I want you to draw a picture of yourself. Get out a blank piece of paper, use your markers, right? Embrace the markers if you haven't used them in a while. Go into the kids' room and get the crayons. I'm just saying. And so draw a picture of yourself. And then what I want you to do is think about that thing you haven't, that dream you've never accomplished or have always put off, or the thing you've really been wanting to do with your life, but you just can't get there, whether it be organizing your home or volunteering for a ministry position at church, or going across the street to talk to your neighbor. Whatever that little goal is, what do you tell yourself? So in these little thought bubbles, I want you to think about and pause and think about, what do I tell myself about this? So when I did mine with my business, so I'm sitting at my desk, and mine are, am I good enough? I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm afraid. Did I hear right? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing for God? We can all have those negative thoughts and talk ourselves out of taking those next steps because we're afraid, because we don't know what we're doing, because these things are sometimes true. But God wants us to replace our thinking. Romans 12 talks about, do not conform to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So today we're going to renew our mind with these things. So instead of letting these things happen, because if you're like me, you don't even think about the fact that you're thinking them. And before you know it, you've talked yourself out of doing it, or even into procrastination, which is far worse. So I want you to think about what God would say to these thought bubbles. You can write one verse at the top. I picked Philippians 1:6, which says, being confident of this, that he, God, who began a good work in you, will finish it. He'll finish the work he started. But I also wrote little phrases from verses like, my grace is sufficient for you, and fear not. And here's the deal. You can see it's not a masterpiece. No one wants to put this in their fridge, not even my relatives. But it's to remind you of the things that you naturally say to yourself, to talk yourself out of doing those things for God that you've always wanted to do, for doing those things for your life, for the life that you will love. And so today, as we head out into the world, I know that as we stop talking ourselves out of things, we will start living the life we love, and you and I will